It's the morning of day 3 of our cycle trip, and we're just packing up here at the Love Hotel. It was a relatively comfy sleep. The bed's pretty hard, but it was good to get a sleep with the roof over our heads and just kind of reset a bit, charge all our devices and make sure we're ready for the next 2 days, which we're going to be camping. And there's some rain in the forecast for 3 days time, so we've booked 2 nights at a backpackers at Fujigawa. So that will be a nice rest to escape the rain, because our first day was pretty rough, so we've learned from that and we're going to take it easy. So we're just going to finish our oatmeal breakfast and we'll see you out on the road.
We took the side streets of Haratsuka towards the coast and joined the highway. We were actually following some blue arrows, which we didn't even notice at the time, and you'll find out what they are later.
We reached an access point onto the seawall and decided it was time for a change of view. The prevalence of seawalls and river stop banks in Japan means there's never a shortage of cycle paths.
After a short while, our stomachs told us it was time to turn off and find something to eat. So we headed towards the Tokaido, the old main road between Kyoto and Tokyo, and we found a konbini and had a snack. Being by the beach also reminded us we probably should be sun safe, so put on copious amounts of sunscreen. What have we got?
Alright, we've got onigiri, one with tuna mayo, one with pork mayo.
Nice.
We've got grape juice.
Grape juice
and cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. Yum.
After our detour, we took a small lane that we hoped would lead back to the highway.
We've somehow stumbled across the seaside bikeway. Might follow this down the coastline instead of going on the old Tokaido, which we were just riding along for a short stretch. This might be a bit more scenic and separated from the traffic.
It turns out that the seaside cycleway we'd found was actually the Pacific Cycling Road, a 1,487 kilometre long cycling road that runs from Choshi east of Tokyo to Wakayama south of Osaka, along Japan's Pacific coast. It's demarcated by these blue arrows, which we would soon become very familiar with.
Another site we would soon become familiar with was Mount Fuji, which you can just see in the centre of the frame here. Deciding to follow the cycling road proper, we followed the blue arrows back to the Tokaido. This meant more on-road cycling, but we felt that because it was the cycling road, the motorists would be pretty familiar with bikes on the road.
In the town of Odawara, we had our first Japanese supermarket experience. There was plenty of bike parking outside and plenty of ready-made meals inside for us to enjoy. We also got supplies for camping and played laser tag with the checkout machine. Just like konbinis, supermarkets often have a seating area as well, so we were able to both eat and do a bit of editing on the road.
After our supermarket experience, we realised that we had a few hours in the afternoon to kill before heading up the river towards camp. We looked at some sites nearby and realised that we were pretty close to Odawara Castle, so headed over there to check it out.
Ottawara Castle was first built by the Kobayakawa clan in the mid-15th century. It was besieged several times and destroyed by earthquakes at least 3 times over. The castle itself was fully dismantled in the Meiji era, but in 1960, the castle keep was rebuilt. Since then, there have been multiple archaeological investigations of the area, and several of the gates have been reconstructed as well. It was interesting to see further excavations happening right now, and fantastic interpretation of the archaeology.
Odawara Castle was a spectacular introduction to castles of Japan. We picked a great time of day to go, and we were definitely pleased we took the detour. We cruised back to our route along the river via a shrine, which proved to be the perfect place for a banana break. Joining the river, the sun was setting, and we had some distance to make. Up to the mountains! Whilst riding into the evening does make you fear a little bit as to whether you'll get to camp on time, it does make for some pretty spectacular scenes as the sun sets over the hills. Our legs were growing weary after a full day of cycling, but the magnificent views and the blooming sakura made up for it.
The temperatures dropped quite quickly as the sun went down, so colour coordination went out the window as I grabbed the quickest jacket to access, even if it wasn't mine.
Not sure if you can see, but there's a road snaking up that hill there, which is our initial campsite up in the hills. But because it's a little bit late, we've decided to continue along the river a bit, and we found another campsite in a park, which we're going to head to. Well, you can't see much, but we're in a park in Minashigara, and that's a good thing because we're going to set up our tent right here where you can see my hands waving in the light. And you're not going to be able to see much this evening, so it's probably time to say goodnight, and we'll catch you in the morning.
A bit of bonus content for you. We just met a guy walking his dog earlier, and we had a nice little conversation, and we went on our separate ways for us to find our campsite. And just about 5 minutes ago, he came back with an entire bag from the convenience store for us to have, which is amazing. So let's have a look at what he got us. Some mizu, water, another mizu, some dark chocolate, amazing, some Calorie Mate, balanced food. Is this just like a OSM kind of thing?
Yeah, I remember that.
Amazing. Well, we get to try that.
Contains a nutritionally balanced source of the energy needed for daily activities. Great for people who are always on the go.
Oh, so it's like an energy bar. Some bananas, which is great.
Great, I've been smashing bananas.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of bananas.
Yeah. Oh, superb.
And that's it.
That's it.
What an amazing combination of food for our cycle trip. So thank you very much, random Japanese guy that we met with a corgi. Hopefully we get to see him again tomorrow because we've been gifted some pieces of punamu to give to other people as a token of our appreciation when people are kind to us. So that would be really nice. Anyway, that's it for tonight. We're going to make some dinner and go to bed. See you tomorrow.